Lamar Jackson, 5th in the league in passing yards now, and 7th in rushing. If there's a definition, I 100% agree. You said it last week. If there's a definition of a most valuable player, someone who the team needs to help them win a game, it's Lamar Jackson. It's Lamar Jackson.
If you don't play the game, they haven't won a game yet.
Oh, yes. Well, during Monday Night Football, actually.
Oh, it was during?
Yes. But either, yes, so during Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
Go ahead. You wanna take the front reins on this one?
During Monday Night Football, I had just gotten out of practice. And I feel my phone blowing up. Like, what's going on?
Yep.
Jon Gruden, head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, resigned from his role and now will never be a coach or be around the NFL for the rest of his life.
The rest of his life. As he should. As he should.
Now, I'm going to say this before I get into the logistics about things. Raider fans have never been big fans of Jon Gruden.
No.
When he came, we thought we were going to get rid of Derek Carr. We didn't get rid of Derek Carr. Instead, we got rid of Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper. And you guys know who both of those players are now.
And you signed Antonio Brown to replace Amari
Signed
Cooper,
Antonio Brown.
And you saw how that situation fell out.
And Jon Gruden wasn't able to
AB doesn't look so crazy now, does he?
Yeah.
You don't look so crazy.
On top of that, Jon Gruden, terrible first-round draft picks. If you didn't know, our GM is not the one who drafts those people. It is mainly Jon Gruden. He got paid $100 million not just to be the head coach of the team. Alex Leatherwood, Cleveland Farrell was his first pick.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Abram was a first-round pick. Besides that, everybody else has been solid, but there's been a lot of busts. A lot of busts.
And also, I just want to say this about Jon Gruden. I think the Raiders here's the thing. You won out of a big contract. First of all, Raiders fans, you should be celebrating, to be honest. Hallelujah. Because you got out of that big, just
10 years,
$100 million contract, just so unnecessary of a contract. And Jon Gruden was only 22-31 in his stint as the Raiders head coach.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. It's not like you lost a head coach that was...
Honestly, I really don't care. But the only thing that I'm irritated about, because we started out so strong.
You don't know how this could affect the team's rhythm.
Now it's kind of like, man, we just came off a loss that we should have won too. And now there's a bunch of stuff going on in the locker room. I don't know how the locker room is going to be. Mm-hmm. And our new head coach right now, our interim head coach, is our special teams coordinator, who I don't know who it is. I'm sure most other people don't know who it is. So we're going to see how that goes. But have to just get into this. Jon Gruden. You have a gay player on your team.
Yeah, okay, so first of all, you have the first openly gay player.
He is the first openly gay player on his team, and you're saying words that you definitely should not be saying. He also, doesn't he have a wife and kids? If you don't got a wife and kids, I don't care, but he definitely has kids, and he's sexist.
And he's a sexist.
You work for the NFL. You talked mess about the commissioner of the NFL. First of all, that's dumb. That's dumb. And on top of that, you said racist things in a league full of black people.
What would you say? Probably makes up 75% of minorities.
It's
not the minority in football. I'll say that. But
it's not in football. It's black people and
Mark
and there's a little bit of other people, but it's all black people. How are you racist?
Well, it's not changing his ways. Here's the one thing I'm going to say too. I think the scary part of the situation is it took those second set of tweets to come out.
Yeah, to really
get
be like,
Jon Gruden out of. What does that say? Because then here's the question: would Jon Gruden have gotten away
He would have gotten away with it because.
Would he have gotten away if he just said the racist tweets and that was the only one that got out?
Yeah, because
see, that's a scary situation. That's
there's so many people that could probably be like.
First of all, I think the NFL should have jumped the gun and taken the move early on to show that they're really against this stuff. But they held it out, and then now it looks even worse because Jon Gruden had these extra tweets, obviously, where he just hates on every group. He's just a hater. But
the good thing is he's not discriminating towards one group of people. He just hates everybody.
He's just a hater.
If you told him that you like basketball, I don't like basketball. Like, what's that? I'm a football player, man.
You got nice shoes. What you got nice shoes for, man? I don't like that.
Jon Gruden just doesn't like life. So we'll see how this goes.
I think this needs to be addressed a little more though. This isn't over. These emails got revealed because of the investigation on the Washington football team and Dan Snyder and basically the culture that he's creating over there in Washington. There is more to this story that needs to be released to the public because we know Dan Snyder has always been sneaking away with sly comments and just everything bad. The whole Washington football team, that needs to be held accountable. Yeah. Because Jon Gruden sent these emails to someone. That hasn't been revealed yet, has it? No. But Jon Gruden sending these emails to someone, and they obviously agree, right?
They wouldn't say it.
And these emails are obviously associated with the Washington football team. This needs to be investigated more. Yeah. So because this isn't over. And obviously, one thing too I gotta say is I imagine, unfortunately, how many coaches are deleting their past fucking.
Oh yeah.
Damn it, that's twice now.
They're gonna delete a lot of their stuff because they don't want to get caught up either.
Yeah.
But this is one thing, like I said, Jon Gruden got rid of Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack, right? Be on the lookout for Derek Carr now because we're probably gonna get a new head coach.
You might have someone who's not as loyal too.
Yeah, head coaches like to get their own players.
Either way, this whole Jon Gruden situation just is a frightening thing because it feels like you don't really know.
You don't know anybody.
What anybody thinks, man. Again, this is not finished though. This will definitely, because again, this is a part of the Washington football team investigation. There's more to this. I think we might start seeing, some people from Washington, start getting put on the chopping block a little bit and having to be forced to resign or just flat out fired.
We'll see how this goes.
We'll see how it goes. Either way, that made it for an interesting week of football. We're gonna go quickly here through our predictions just to. Because we made a lot of points on the teams. Just so you know, the score right now between our predictions is 55-54. We could have been tied, but Trevor's made a couple mistakes here with his calls. He did say the Chiefs were going to win.
And
they lost, which was a guarantee too, so that ended up hurting Travis a little bit and dropping him down. So it's 55-54. I lead.
Yeah.
Which is a close game. It's been a 1-point game pretty much now for a couple of weeks. So we'll see how it goes here. But going into our predictions. Bucks versus Eagles.
Bucks, lock.
Bucks, lock. 100%. Going into Philadelphia. Jags versus Dolphins in Jacksonville.
Dolphins.
Jaguars. I think the Dolphins right now are a team that, if there's a team that Jacksonville can beat, I don't see Jacksonville going winless. I still see Jacksonville getting a win here and there. This will be a game that they can win. It's against a Dolphins team right now that's, I guarantee their self-esteem right now is pretty low. And there's just a lot of confusion going on in the offensive side with the Dolphins.
I don't see the Jaguars winning.
Packers versus Bears.
This is Packers?
Packers versus Bears.
I got the Packers.
Packers in a lock. Guaranteed going into Chicago. Bengals versus Lions. Bengals, are a decent team. Lions are not. And unfortunately for the Lions, they just find ways to lose. Another heartbreaking field goal that they lost.
Yeah, they just don't want to win. Games, so.
That's the second game now where they've lost 19-17 and a game-winning field goal as well.
Yeah, I have no faith in the Lions.
Lions have just find heartbreaking ways to lose. Other game, Colts Texans.
We got the Colts. Texans have nothing on their team. Again, we'll see. What's happening with Deshaun Watson? I don't know.
Texans are actually competitive, though. But I have to say, again, I said it throughout the season. The Colts are a team that's better than their record shows. Let's see now that they got past a hard part of
the Ravens.
I know the Colts now get into an easy part of their schedule here. Let's see how it lasts. Rams versus Giants. The Giants.
I have as a lock.
I have the Rams, but not as a lock. But either way, I just have to mention the Giants. Daniel Jones out for a concussion. Saquon Barkley unfortunately rolled his ankle. Kenny Golladay went out with a knee injury.
Don't see how fat Saquon's ankle is.
But on the bright side for the Giants, I just have to mention Kadarius Toney.
Oh, he's stepped up, yeah.
Had a big outing. Their first round pick wide receiver there looked great, and he actually, besides Trayvon Diggs' one interception, he actually got the better of Trayvon Diggs on a lot of plays. I would say.
Kadarius Toney is going to be a solid receiver in the league.
Yes, he looks like a true weapon. Chiefs versus Washington.
Chiefs better win this game.
The Chiefs. I have the Chiefs, but
they better win this game.
This is a must win.
You better destroy the football team.
This is where you can maybe make a statement that you're still here But if Washington,
if this is a close game, then the Chiefs are done. It's over.
Vikings versus Panthers. An interesting one.
I got the Panthers.
I have the Vikings.
I think the Panthers are a great team, like you've already said. Not a great team, but they're a good team. They can compete with a lot of great teams, though. So, I don't think the Vikings are on that level.
Funny enough, I do think the Vikings can still. Remember, I had them as my playoff team still. So I'm gonna still roll with the Vikings a little bit here. I got the Vikings trying to get back to an even record. Chargers versus Ravens.
I got the Chargers as a lock. This is my bold one.
This is your bold one.
It's not super bold.
No.
But it's a little
a little bold because I'm going with the Chargers as a lock too against the Ravens because, again, Lamar Jackson is the MVP frontrunner, but it is only Lamar Jackson really.
And the Chargers are not a team
It's Lamar Jackson willing this team to win. The Chargers are more of a complete team offensively and defensively. Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. Then you go on to the defensive side, Derwin James, Joey Bosa, so they got guys.
And they have Chris Harris, too, who's a solid corner.
And Chris Harris, a solid corner. The Chargers are just a more complete team. Cardinals versus Browns.
Cardinals.
Browns. I think this is where the Cardinals get their first loss in Cleveland.
I have a prediction. I think their Cardinals might go 9-1. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh, that's too bold. That's too bold for me. I got the Cardinals going 5-1 after this week. And I got Cleveland going 4-2. I don't see Cleveland losing 2 games in a row now. This team is too good for that, I think.
I think they'll go at least 9-1.
I think this Cleveland team is too good for that. Now, Raiders versus Broncos in Denver in the Mile High.
Now, I'm telling you this right now. The Broncos suck. The Broncos suck. We better not lose to the damn Broncos. The Raiders better get on their A game. Dale Carr, if you have another bad game, the new head coach is going to come in and you're gone. So, let's have a good game this week.
I got Broncos.
I'm not even mad at it.
Because I think right now the Raiders, it's not just the fact that they've been losing, they're not as good as the team as they showed. It's more so the fact too that there's a lot of stuff going on off the field.
Yes.
That could be.
So we'll see how that pans
out. Cowboys versus Patriots.
I got the Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys too.
Patriots aren't going to compete with
I don't think that Dallas right now is a top team in the NFL offensively and defensively. Their Patriots aren't a team that can compete with them. Steelers versus Seahawks. The Steelers got another win against Denver at home.
I'm going to Seahawks.
I'm going with the Steelers. Geno Smith is not going to compete against that defense. Sorry. Sorry, Seahawks fans.
I still feel like the Seahawks have great receivers.
Can I just mention, too, that's the Sunday Night Football game?
Oh, Lord. Usually the Sunday Night Football games are good games, but both teams come to play.
I guarantee you, on paper, it looked good because Seattle and Pittsburgh were both playoff teams last year, but right now they're both not.
They're struggling.
They are struggling.
I think Ben is not going to come out and have a great game. So I think Geno will outplay Ben.
You think Geno Smith will beat the Steelers? Okay. I don't think so. Next one, Bills versus Titans. The Bills. Ford going into Tennessee. This is a rematch of last year's game.
100% Bills. Lock. I don't have another lock, but if I did,
I would do it with the Bills too because I think, again, this is the worst. This is one of the worst secondaries in football. They allow the most passing. The Bills are going to torch most passing yards per game almost. Josh Allen's going to have a field day, and also if Julio Jones isn't back, this offense will have a chance to stand and go toe to toe with this Bills offense whatsoever. The Bills are just a level ahead of the Titans right now. And the Titans don't look like that team that's been hyped up early in the year. So I have to go with the Bills as well. All right?